This is a big fandom. How is that kind of working on your side? Have you been downstairs?
Haven't been downstairs yet. You know, I was in San Diego. It's awesome. It's awesome. We're so aware that the second you say Gotham, there was already an awareness. Every other show that I've done is like you have to create from scratch, you know, whether it succeeds or not, like Terriers, and it didn't succeed. No one knows what the universe is about. When you say Gotham, everyone has some sense, and so we were the beneficiaries of a lot of love. What comes with that too is the pressure of, and it's, you know, comic book fans are really discerning and pretty tough, you know, so there's a lot of contempt prior to investigation in the comic book world, you know, so like Heath Ledger's gonna suck. They ruined it with that decision, you know, and it's like, oh really? No, Heath Ledger was awesome, you know, and conversely, I think a lot of comic book fans might, how can you do a show about Batman without Batman? And then they start to watch it, and you also go, I mean, you could still kind of take shots at it, you're still watching it, and you're still interested in watching what's coming down the pipe, because the fans love it so much that if it's good, they keep. I know for me, being a fan of certain genre things, like, say, Lord of the Rings, if someone had said, they're coming out with a new 3-part Tolkien thing that they'd never found before, I'd be like, oh my god, I just want more content to be able to dip into. So, I don't know, it carries pressure with it, but it's like, it's a gift, a huge gift to have that kind of army of fandom willing to love you if you prove that you're worthy of it.
George Clooney was quoted at the press a couple days ago that he was banned from cons for 15 years because of the nipple Batman suit. So, I mean, that's some responsibility.
He was banned? He was jokingly kind of saying. Yeah. By the way, that wasn't his decision. Yeah.
So many people blame him for it. It's like, he just wore the suit. Like,
people blame people for a lot of things, and if you worked inside the world, you're like, or what people wouldn't see is maybe, we'll just use that as an example. There's a million others, mostly just in scenes, or why would I have to say that over and over again? But he might be like, what is this? And they're like, no, go for it. And then he takes the hit. And he can't say, that day, you weren't there, but that day I was standing there going, this is stupid, and this is the kind of thing that people are going to point out, and they're going to ridicule. And it's disrespectful, you know what I mean? So,
now, going back a little,
you don't have that much power, so.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
You talked about, you know, the comic book world obviously being very deep in lore and whatnot. What did you do any reading up?
Yeah,
on
sure. I read,
comics?
like, you know, Gotham Central, some of the different Batman books, and Killing Joke and different things like that. So I've been around this world for a little bit. I worked on some Marvel movies, so back in the day I started, you know, I just got more familiar with comic books so that I could understand the world a bit better. I was never a massive Batman fan in the way, say, I was a fan of Tolkien and Frank Herbert and certain things, sci-fi or fantasy literature, but I have deep respect for it. And I think everything that you do, you have to do some reading. Even if you do, like, we did this movie called Gettysburg about the Civil War, and like whether or not it informs your line reading, it's still fun to read 15 books on the Civil War to get more of an understanding about what you're doing, you know, and this is no different in a way.
What's it like to step into such a massive world of Batman? Like, you're Harvey Bullock. Like, what is it like to step into the shoes of that character?
Maybe what's good is I'm just working. So like we work crazy long hours over in Brooklyn and around Manhattan, and I've been in a way kind of immune from having to deal with that and step out into it, you know. But I'll get more of a sense today for sure, right?
Yeah.
But so I think it's great. I'm lucky. Harvey's never been done before in live action, so.
Right. Hey, what did you bring to Harvey that we haven't to book that we haven't seen before?
I don't, you know. I thought that if you were going to do this over the course of a long-haul television series, I think you would just, you know, I know with me that part of what I'm saddled with is a bit of responsibility to be more humorous than Harvey's been in other versions, maybe. And not just humorous because he's so cranky and cantankerous, but So, you know, and I'm just trying to bring what I bring, and I can't really say, you know, that's for someone else to tell me what, you know. I can't say, you know, what I really brought to Terriers was a great balance. Like that, I can't say that. Yeah. I'm just doing what I do. If someone sees that in my work, that's cool.
Sorry guys, I have to wrap up. Last question then.
What was your favorite scene that you shot for the show?
So far, my favorite scene, I think, was the scene on the dock where I tell Jim he's got to do this. He's got to do this to the penguin. You know what I mean? And like, in war, you do bad things. I love that sequence.